All right, the stage looks good. Stage is set. Stage is set. Okay. Please welcome to the stage, Evan Berke.
Thank you. Nashville, Tennessee, how are we feeling tonight? Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for being here. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited just to be out of the house. I'm at that age where all my friends are doing the same thing. Getting married, having kids, buying houses, getting divorced. Y'all know the cycle. I'm ready for some stakes in my life. I want to get married. I want to get divorced. I want some stakes. So that's why me and my girlfriend, last week, we decided to adopt a highway. A beautiful baby highway. We have a whole stretch of road now. A lot less paperwork than you'd think, so. I might not be taking care of a 4-year-old, but I am picking up trash on I-40, so. If you guys want to do a play date, we're gonna break a sweat. I do love highways. I've been on the highway a lot recently for comedy. I love a good highway. I love road tripping. I've just been hanging out at Love's Travel Stops is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Like, that is my new home away from home. I love a Love's. You guys been to Love's recently? The things that you can find in a Love's, unbelievable. Like that t-shirt rack. Last time I was in a Love's, I saw a t-shirt in there that just said Arkansas on it for $6. I was in Alabama. I'm like, why is this here? But I bought it because I'm an impulse shopper, so. I do all my holiday shopping out of Love's if I can. People in my life are special, so they're getting neck pillows and pocket knives, Mel Gibson DVDs. You can get all 4 Lethal Weapons at Love's for $4. I don't know if you guys knew that. I'm pretty sure Love's has an exclusive deal with Mel Gibson for every DVD he's ever made to end up on their shelf. I'm Jewish, so this past... Thank you, yeah. Yeah. Wow, this is not Shabbat service. Did you guys... Are you at the right event? No, I'm Jewish, so, you know, everybody in my life for Hanukkah this past year got a DVD copy of Passion of the Christ. It was $2, and I was like, we're gonna learn something this Hanukkah, okay? It's a long movie, we've got 8 nights, so make some latkes, put them in the freezer, they'll hold. Spoiler alert, it was us. We did it. We did it. You can cut right to the end. We altered the course of human history. People get real nervous when I start to talk about Christ, you know, but I got to remind people I'm allowed to tell that joke because Jesus was a comedian. Close. Have you read the New Testament? It's hilarious, actually. It's really great. I love a Love's, man. People are always like, Evan, go to Buc-ee's. Cut out the love, go to Buc-ee's. Buc-ee's is cool, but is Buc-ee's still selling 9/11 merchandise? That's what I want to know. I mean, really, the only thing Buc-ee's is helping us never forget is January 6th, okay? A lot of beards and bumper stickers in that parking lot is all I'm saying. Oh my gosh. I love a Love's. I actually love the bathroom at a Love's. That's why I love a Love's so much, because I'm always using the bathroom. Because when you're road tripping, like, gas station bathrooms are sketch. But at a Love's, doesn't matter what time you're in there, you're never alone. Doesn't matter what time it is. Like, Buc-ee's promotes clean bathrooms. I don't want that. I'm good. I want a busy bathroom, okay? I want to know this thing works and is reliable. And they can be vouched for. I think a Love's bathroom is like a true beacon of diversity in the South. I mean, you never know who you're gonna run into in there. Like, my favorite Love's bathroom sighting is that of the trucker, half naked with a towel, because he thinks it's the bathroom with the showers. You gonna get that view at a Buc-ee's? I don't think so. Truckers are not allowed, in case you haven't heard. One time I was using the bathroom in a Love's, and there was this Hispanic guy running around trying to break $1 so that he could get one of those 50-cent condoms that they still have on the wall, because they still have those in a Love's bathroom. And I don't speak Spanish, but I could tell this is what he was trying to do, because I mean, you don't have to be bilingual to tell when some dude's trying to get laid. You know what I'm saying? Like, it reeks. And I wanted to be like, dude, why are you trying to break $1 in here? Like, you got a cashier out there. Go get change from that guy. And also, they probably have condoms out there. Like ones that work. Have you seen the condoms in the bathroom out of Love's? Scented, flavored, glow in the dark. What are we doing? Go get a condom that doesn't leave your junk looking like a watermelon lightsaber, okay? Let's be responsible. But before I had time to like say anything to this guy, there was this big country dude in the bathroom with like a hat, belt buckle, boots, the whole get up. He gave the guy change and he just went, "Have fun, amigo." It echoed throughout the whole bathroom, like we all heard it. And to be honest, I thought it was amazing. I was inspired. I mean, people want to tell me that we're living in a divided country, but right before my eyes, two people, different backgrounds, coming together in time of need. Look at God. I walked out of the bathroom the same time as that country dude, and I was just like, hey man, that's awesome what you did back there, giving that guy money. Like, that was incredible. And the country dude just went, yep. Anything I can do to get these Mexicans to stop having babies. You know what I mean? I was like, that is not what I was looking for. But I just went, yeehaw. I don't feel good about it. I haven't been able to sleep well since, but I threw a yeehaw on that guy. It was self-preservation in that moment. What I'm saying is it's not all love at a Love's, guys. It's not all love at a Love's. If you're looking for that, go to Buc-ee's, okay? Go to Buc-ee's. You'll probably have better luck. That sounded like a visceral reaction to that joke. Like it caught up to him, like the joke had lingered, and then he was like, ah. Like the joke attacked you from behind. No, I've been doing a lot of road tripping. I'm from Atlanta, so I've been going back home a lot. Yeah. Saw my dad recently. He's going through a hard time. My dad says that they're trying to cancel him at work right now. Because I guess cancel culture has hit the wholesale packaging supplies industry in Atlanta, Georgia. I mean, how about this? How about I tell y'all what my dad did, and then y'all can decide whether or not he's still allowed to sell corrugated boxes in bulk, okay? You can be the jury tonight. So for a long time, my dad wanted to get social media. And as a family, we were like, no, sir. But he came back, he said, I want social media. So we sat down as a family to discuss some parental controls with him, right? We got to keep these boomers off the internet. It's for everyone's safety. So we had a conversation and we said, Dad, you are going to be allowed one form of social media. And that is going to be a LinkedIn account. We thought this was a good idea. We're like, what's the worst that can happen? My dad has too many drinks at a happy hour, comes home, logs on, reads an insightful article about Q4 trends in his industry. Like, what's the worst that can happen? Well, my dad gets a new boss, this woman in her 40s, and you know when you get a new job, you get a new professional headshot. So she posted it to LinkedIn. And my dad is seeing all of his colleagues comment and be supportive. But my dad just hasn't figured out how social media works yet. So my dad decided to comment in all lowercase letters with no punctuation. Nice, very cute. That's it. He has no idea what he did wrong. He's like, why do I have a Zoom invite with HR on my calendar for tomorrow? I'm like, you're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. He literally was so confused. He thought what he wrote was a supportive comment. He's like, what? If I knew I was gonna get in trouble for that, I would have said how I really felt about the picture. Which is that it looks like you've had some work done and you could use a little more. I was like, you know what, dude? No LinkedIn for 2 months. We're taking your password. That's what we decided as a family. Social media misuse is running rampant in my family. Same thing happened with my Uncle Charlie, my dad's brother, a few years ago. A few years ago, my brother decided to take my Nana, my mom's mom, to a Kenny Chesney concert here at Nissan Stadium. 85-year-old woman, never been to Nashville. What an amazing thing for her to experience. I'm serious. That sounds awesome to me. In any case, they're having a great time at the concert. They take a selfie. My brother posts it on social media. People start commenting. My Uncle Charlie sees the picture, and he decides to comment. All lowercase letters, no punctuation. Did you get your Nana laid? Uncle Charlie isn't even Nana's son. Uncle Charlie is Nana's daughter's ex-husband's brother. My Nana has a Facebook. She got a notification because she's tagged in the photo. So comments just start going off on Uncle Charlie. How dare you say that? Do you not have any respect for the elderly? What's wrong with you? My Uncle Charlie commented, apologies, meant to send as direct message. Comment section lights him up again. That's not an apology. What's wrong with you? Have you not learned anything? And my Nana decided to chime in with the final comment. And she just wrote, Charlie, shut the fuck up. It was awesome. It was awesome. I was like, yes, Nana. Yes. Oh, man. But I'm from Atlanta. I grew up with Southern parents. I don't know if you guys grew up with some Southern parents in here. I love Southern parents. Because Southern parents, like, get words and phrases wrong for, like, the entirety of their life. And it's hilarious. Like, my dad, even to this day, if my dad has beef with somebody, he says he has a hard-on for that person. I'm like, what are you talking about? Should I or should I not come home for Thanksgiving? Because you sound busy. I get home, he's like, you see what Bill the neighbor did? Put up a new fence on our lawn. I just got a pretty big hard-on for that guy, to be honest. I mean, I always have. It's not going away anytime soon. No, that guy rubs me the wrong way. I'm like, really, Dad? Sounds like he's rubbing you the right way. That's what I hear. Sounds like you like him and you're mad the fence is going to obstruct your view. But you know when you hear things when you're younger from your parents and like your brain plays tricks on you because we've just been brainwashed with bad information for so long? That's what that was for me. I'll never forget me and my first girlfriend. We were making out. It was getting serious. She was like, ooh, Evan, do you have a hard-on right now? I was like, for you? Never. What? I was offended. I was like, don't accuse me of that. I love you. Actually, I do have a pretty big hard-on for your mom. Is now a good time to talk about it? That 7 p.m. curfew was early, okay? And I've been trying not to bust at the seams, but... Oh my gosh, things just meant different things in my house growing up. I'm still learning. Like, am I the only person that thought when someone said they had a cousin twice removed, you thought that meant that twice that cousin had been kicked out of the family? Like it's a bad thing, like family time out? Like 2 seats removed, thin ice. 3 seats, rehab. See you in 6 months. That's what it meant. I'm still learning. Still learning. But no, my dad, he's a wild guy. My dad, he was always mad at me and my brother growing up because me and my brother were always like fighting. We were always like fist fighting, always going at it. And my dad had no tolerance for it. And anytime my dad wanted me and my brother to stop doing something, he had like 2 phrases he would yell at us. It would either be, boys, quit jerking around, or boys, quit goofing off. Quit jerking around, quit goofing off. We all know where this is headed. One of my earliest memories, me and my brother were on the playground. It's packed, so many people, and we're going at it hard. We're fighting. Yeah. We were fighting. It was bad. And my dad, out of nowhere, My brother and I just heard my dad yell, "Boys, quit jerking off over there!" He messed up, and everyone on the playground looked at me and my brother, and we were like, "Hands to yourself, show your hands. I'm not touching anybody right now." I was traumatized in that moment. I had never been, I think that's the day I became conscious. Like, I swear. Like, I was like, I can't be caught doing that or spoken to like that ever again. But again, brainwashed with bad information. So middle school rolls around, you know, we're all the boys were going through puberty, so we're at the lunch table talking, the question comes up, it gets to me. They're like, "Evan, what about you? Do you jerk off?" I was like, sometimes, but never around my dad. Not anymore, at least. Not since that day when everything changed. Because I got caught jerking off in front of my dad once. He got a hard on. I said, never again. Never again. I appreciate y'all rolling with me to the end of that joke. Sometimes audiences jump right off in the middle, and I'm left up here doing comedy. So I appreciate y'all being here. One time I did that joke actually in Chattanooga, and I met up with a guy a buddy after the show who couldn't make it, and we were at some late night diner spot, and we were just minding our own business, and out of nowhere this like group of black dudes comes up, and they kind of look pissed, and one guy comes up to the table and goes, "Yo, dude, my friend's got something to say to you." I was like, "Oh no, what'd I do? Did we like cut someone off? Did we take a table? Like what happened?" And his buddy just went, "Yeah, man, I got a hard on for you." We all hugged, we dapped it up. My friend was terrified. He had no idea what was happening. Those dudes left, he was like, "What was that about?" I was like, "Oh, they were just at the show, it's all good. It's all good." He was like, "What's going on at your shows?" Kind of sounds gross, actually. I like that, though. I like getting positive feedback. People come up to me, give me positive feedback. I like that. You know, because to be honest, I'm used to negative feedback in my life. I am. I once got a D on a poem that I wrote in middle school. That's where I'm at here. And I was excited. It was language arts class. We got assigned a poem. I took it home. I took it seriously. Dimmed the lights, lit a candle, poured my heart and soul into this thing. Turned it in. I was like Ralphie in A Christmas Story. I was like, this is my masterpiece. I'm going to be seen today, and I'm ready. Got my grade back. I got a D. You know what it's like to get a D on a poem you wrote in middle school? It's like the teacher being like, "Hey, Evan, I read your feelings." Barely passable. I'm very sorry. Very sorry. I had to reframe the whole thing in my mind. And I did. Because do you guys know what a D actually is? It's just a B twice removed. So, yeah. I did pretty good on that assignment. I did. As has been discussed, I'm Jewish. Yeah, I liked growing up Jewish in the South. I did. You grow up Jewish in New York, you're a dime a dozen. Jewish in the South, Sandy Koufax, all right? I'm a rare breed, an endangered species. Exotic. Man. It can be tough, though, being like the only representation of Judaism like in your Southern community, because people start thinking you know everything. They start asking you questions like you're a rabbi or something. Seriously, people would be like, "Evan, do Jews believe in God?" I'd be like, "Well, I did until I got a D on this poem, and now I'm questioning everything, to be honest." But no, my Nana, she grew up in a different time, and she grew up in New York. So she was always kind of worried about our safety being Jews in Atlanta. And I'd have to remind her, I'm like, "Nana, we're all good. We live in Atlanta. Nobody is safe, okay?" This place is dangerous, all right? We might fit in here more than anywhere we've ever lived. But she was like, "No, Evan, listen to me. Trust me. If they ever ask what you are, say it with me. You're Italian, okay? It's pizza, pasta, Sopranos." Pizza, pasta, Sopranos. But yeah, people would always want to ask me like about my bar mitzvah. And I had a bar mitzvah. I did. I don't know if you guys are familiar with bar mitzvahs. If you're not, it's kind of a lot like this, to be honest. You know? A lot of people show up to watch a young Jew try and level up. I mean, this is it. You know? That's what it is. I was bar mitzvahed. I was bar mitzvahed on September 11th. I'm serious. You can fact check that. Temple Beth Tikva. It was the last Saturday they had left. September 11th, 2004. Okay? It was the last Saturday they had left, and we took it. My extended family did not understand. They went to my dad. They're like, "Are you sure you want to do Evan's bar mitzvah party on the 3-year anniversary? It's still a little fresh, huh?" And my dad told him. He said, "Listen, we're getting a great deal on the venue." So, and my family was like, "Hava, Nagila, Hava, Nagila, Hava." I mean, they went full Fiddler on the Roof. It was, their reaction was almost anti-Semitic, to be honest. September 11th, 2004. It was America themed. We leaned in. What else are you gonna do? What else are you gonna do? My mom and I slow danced to Lee Greenwood's God Bless the USA. And everyone got a take-home party favor from Love's, a Never Forget t-shirt, and a 9/11 commemorative shot glass. Love a Loves, dude. Love a Loves. My bar mitzvah went pretty smooth, though. It did. Everything except the bar mitzvah speech. At a bar mitzvah, you give a speech where you thank your friends and family for coming out. And I had this line where I said, "I can't wait to go with my friends and family to Jerusalem." That was the line. So I'm making eye contact, not looking down at my paper. And I forgot whether I had written the word Jerusalem or Israel down. And I ended up panicking mid-word. I ended up saying, "I can't wait to go with my friends and family to Jizreal." I said Jizreal at Temple, Torah open, next to Rabbi, next to Nana, yarmulke on, everything. I had braces at the time. There's a whole look. There's a whole look. Because I panicked mid-word, it came out like Israel, like I was receiving my birthright. I was so embarrassed at my bar mitzvah party. I was like not having a good time. And my Uncle Charlie saw this, and he came up and he wanted to make me feel better. So he came up and he went, "Don't worry, Evan. One of these ladies will take you to Jizreal tonight." I said, "Uncle Charlie, shut the fuck up." I love my Uncle Charlie. I do. My Uncle Charlie, very funny guy. He's one of the reasons I do comedy. And for a long time, my Uncle Charlie really loved fried pork skins. I don't know if you guys ever had those. You can get those at a Love's travel stops, amongst many other things. But he recently found God. And God was like, "You know how we feel about pigs." So my Uncle Charlie needed to find an alternative. So he started frying up chicken skins in his kitchen because he needed that fried skin fix. And they were good. They were really good. And I was like, "Dude, this is amazing. They're kosher. They taste good. You should package this. You should sell this." I should have never told him to do that. Because my Uncle Charlie ended up creating a brand of fried chicken skins that were kosher. He made merch, logo, branding. And my Uncle Charlie created the chosen brand fried chicken skins. This is the logo, the merch, the slogan, 4 skins per pack. 4 skins per pack. If there's one thing my Uncle Charlie can do, he can count. He can count. I love how... I just love how my Uncle Charlie wanted to do something nice for the Jewish community, and he inadvertently created the most anti-Semitic t-shirt I've ever seen in my life. It's as if Joseph Goebbels himself made this t-shirt. People are always like, Evan, you should sell that at your comedy shows as merch. I tried. It's a hate crime. I did. I looked into it. I did look into it. It's a hate crime. But I know people love free t-shirts. So who wants a free Chosen brand? All of y'all are canceled, okay? You're all canceled. That was a test. And y'all failed. Oh my gosh. I lived in New York and LA for a little bit, and the Jews up there are different. They are. There's different Jews. And they would always ask me, they're like, Evan, did you experience anti-Semitism in the South? Like people hating on Jews? And it's like, yeah, a little bit, but it was like never like what you think, you know? And like ironically enough, the last place that I experienced anti-Semitism was at an Einstein's Bagels an Einstein's Bagels in Florida. No surprise there. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Einstein's Bagels. If you're not, it's kind of like the Jewish McDonald's. You know, home of the Big Mac, a B. Home of the Big Maccabee. I was at a Einstein's in Florida, and there were these two like frat star looking dudes in front of me. You guys know the type. Looked like they had a wild night hazing pledges. Talking really loud. And I overheard one of the guys say to the other, they'd better not Jew me on the onions. Which is a pretty anti-Semitic thing to say, but it's also a pretty hilarious collection of words when you put them all together. But the guy said it, and he realized how loud he was. And the dude turned around, saw me, and just went, sorry, dude. I hadn't even said one word to this man. I was like, dude, it's all good. I'm Italian. So, it's no cheese off my chicken parm. I'm good. I'm good. So, we high-fived. I got a bid, and now I'm pledging Kappa Sig. So, I hope I get in. I hope I get in. I'll have to make room in my t-shirt drawer, but I hope I get in. I do. Speaking of new updates in my life, I'm living in a freestanding house now. Yeah, very excited about it. By a round of applause, who lives in a freestanding house? Make some noise. Okay, good for you. And by a round of applause, who's living in an apartment? Make some noise. Okay, well get louder, because your neighbors aren't on the other side of the wall, so you can be free tonight. Let's hear ya. Let's hear your war cry. I can't live in an apartment again. Not because it's my choice, because last time I lived in an apartment, there was a meeting that I wasn't invited to where my fate was decided. So I had to leave. I had to leave. Last time I lived in an apartment, I had a job where I had to travel a lot. I was working for TMZ. I don't know if you guys are familiar with TMZ. If you're not, what's the best way to describe them? TMZ is arguably the nation's most reliable news source. Covering the most important stories with the utmost integrity. Okay, I think that satisfies my NDA. Okay, good. Good. So they would always send me to events to cover and interview celebrities and stuff, and they were sending me to Miami for the BET Hip Hop Awards. Somehow, in their discussions internally, it was decided that Evan was the most appropriate person on staff to go to the BET Hip Hop Awards, and I agreed. I mean, I'm up to date on my hip hop artists, you know? Ludacris, Ja Rule, Lil Jon, Ying Yang Twins. I know what's going on. I got a pretty good idea. So I was worried, because this was one of those, like, flight at 6 a.m., land at 9 a.m., event at noon, back at the airport at 5, home for America's Got Talent. Like 2 flights, 1 day, someone else paid, hit your mark, no room for error. Now I'm worried, 6 a.m. flight, like I'm worried I'm not gonna make it on time. You gotta be up at 3:30, you gotta be out. I don't know about you guys, I have a very strict pre-flight protocol. Before every flight, no matter what the context, no matter what the time, I'm getting as high as humanly possible. Like that's what I do. Like I'm almost trying to break my own record with how out of it can I be in the airport. Like one time I was on a flight, I'm talking to the guy, we're having a good conversation, but there was a lull, and I just went, so, where are you headed? He was like, a conference. I was like, sick. Where? Phoenix. I'm just trying to paint a picture, okay? That's how, catch me at the airport. And that's how you're gonna find me. So I wake up at 3, I'm showered by 3:30. I'm feeling good. I'm hitting the bong. I'm hitting the bong again. I'm like, you know what, let me call the Uber. Uber says he'll be here in 5 minutes. I'm like, let me meet this guy downstairs, keep my 5-star rating in check. So I'm living in an apartment with one of these big, heavy industrial doors. And so what I did was I went to unlock my door and turn the knob to open it at the same time. The door wouldn't open. I'm like, what's happening? I'm like, unlocking, relocking. I'm like, how high am I? Did I forget how doors work? Like, what's going on? The door won't open. So now I'm getting a phone call. It's from my Uber driver. He's like, my friend, I'm downstairs. It's time to go. I was like, dude, this is crazy. But I'm trapped in my apartment right now. My Uber driver, no joke, pauses for like 3 seconds and goes, are you being held captive? I was like, is my Uber driver Liam Neeson? I was like, no, it's just some guy named Saeed. So my response to Saeed was, I don't know. Because I didn't. Like, I don't know what's going on the other side of the door. I have no idea. It's a gray area at this moment. I don't know. But I'm in an apartment. I'm on the 3rd floor. I've got a balcony that overlooks the street. I can see Saeed sitting in his car. So I'm like, Saeed, I got a wild idea. Can I throw you down my keys? Can I buzz you into my apartment building? Can you come up to my unit, try and use my keys, break me out? Somehow, 3:45 a.m., Saeed agrees. He had a 5-star rating that he was probably trying to keep in check. Real recognize real in this moment. I get it. Threw my keys down, buzzed him in. He came up. I hear him scratching. I hear him clawing. He's trying to use my keys. Nothing's working. He's like, my friend, I don't know what to do. Nothing is working. I was like, Saeed, dude, I appreciate this, but I just need my keys back. So do you mind just going back down outside and throwing me up my keys? Saeed had one of the worst arms I've ever seen in my entire life. For 20 minutes, Saeed was playing catch with himself, with my keys, in the cold, dark morning. My keys were on a lanyard like lifeguards have, you know? So he's winding it up. In his first attempt, he's trying to throw it this way, and he launched it behind him. In the street, even farther away from my apartment. He went to pick it up. Again, he's like trying to do it, but it's on a lanyard. It's parachuting. It's catching wind. We're facing resistance. I turned into a high school football coach. I was like, Saeed, clear eyes, full hearts, can't lose. I'm on the 3rd floor, Saeed. Just grab it by the middle. And just like that, perfect throw to the 2nd floor balcony. I was like, thank you, my friend, get out of here. So I'm still trapped in my apartment. I gotta get to the BET Hip Hop Awards. My next move. I Googled 24/7 locksmith. I found a company called 24/7 locksmith. Got an automated message. They open at 7 a.m. I was so high, I was like, that sounds about right. It's too early for this mess. I asked 0 follow-up questions. So then I'm like, oh gosh, I'm trapped. What do I do? I'm at my last thing. I don't feel good about it. I called 911. I called 911. I did. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, you got a broken leg? The operator's busy. I gotta get to the BET Hip Hop Awards. You can wait. Called the 911. I was like, 911, here's the 411, okay? I'm trapped in my apartment, and I need to get to the BET Hip Hop Awards. the operator was like, "Sir, are you being held captive?" I was like, what is going on in the community? I have gotten 0 alerts tonight. But I was like, no, we've established, I think I've jammed the lock, Saeed told me, and I just need to come and be broken out. She goes, sir, you're all good. I've dispatched the fire department. They'll be there in a couple minutes. 2 minutes later, sirens. 2 trucks. My neighbors are coming out, all outside. They're like, what's going on? There must have been a miscommunication about which door was broken because they got to my building, just sledgehammered the glass door at the building. Just took that thing right out. I'm like, that door works. Saeed can vouch for that door. Like, that door does work. Took that thing right out, glass everywhere. They came up to my apartment. They're using the crowbar. It's not working. They're making so much noise. Everyone in the hall's coming out like, what's going on? My roommates are up now. And they take the sledgehammer, they take the axe, and they just boom, boom, boom. Took the door right off the hinges. It's laying in my living room. My roommates are awake. The fire department's standing around. I forgot to hide the bong. There was a lot going on. Got a lot of side eye. And so I just picked up my bags, and I was like, well, I've got a plane to catch, so this door is, I don't know. I got to get out of here, though. I got out of there as fast as I could. I got out of there. I tried to get a new Uber, and I bet you guys are wondering, Evan, did you make your flight? Yes, I did. I did. I made my flight. Made it to the BET Hip Hop Awards. Made my return flight home. I'm in an Uber on the way back to my apartment, just thinking about this crazy day. I get out, go to grab my keys. I'm like, I don't have them. Look at the glass on the ground. I'm like, oh, no door. Just walked right into my apartment. It was amazing. I walked in at the same time some guy was walking out. He was like, what do you think happened here? I was like, no idea. But probably a reasonable response to whatever was going on, I imagine. By the way, I'm Evan. I'm on the 3rd floor. You don't happen to live on the 2nd floor, do you? No? Okay, good. Well, I'm just going to clean this up, even though I had nothing to do with it. I'll see you later. See you later. Felt like life and death in that moment. It did. But it wasn't. It wasn't. I do want to switch it up in here, though, and talk about a near-death experience that I had. But I'd like to ask y'all, anyone in here have like a near-death experience, like worth sharing? Something happened to you where you thought you were going to die? Anyone in here? Don't be shy. It's my album recording. I just need a little... Oh, you. What happened?
I gave birth.
You gave birth. Okay. You lost a lot of blood. So the doctors thought that they were going to lose you. Oh my gosh. Wow. Well, thank you so much for sharing. I'm very glad you didn't die because then we'd have an empty seat tonight and we can't have that. This is my album recording. It's very special. It's not a contest, but who do you think almost died more before I tell my story? On a scale of 1 to 10. No, I thought I was going to die one day. I was 17 years old. I was in a car crash where the car flipped going down the highway about 6 times. I was 17 years old, so at the time, I was a high school senior. And I'm also what some people would call a pharmaceutical entrepreneur. I was doing direct-to-consumer, last-mile delivery. I was doing the whole thing. Yeah. I was also on my high school's debate team because I was terrible at sports, and I was actually pretty good at debate. And debate actually helped me with my drug dealing, to be honest. I mean, I was negotiating deals, getting new customers. I mean, the debate kids weren't into this stuff till I showed up, and then I joined the team. We started losing tournaments left and right. But Evan was making money, okay? You do not want your drug dealer to be a proficient debater. But no, we were headed to a tournament at the University of Florida, and to get there, we had to drive through Valdosta, where this crash happened. Valdosta's at the Florida-Georgia line. For those of y'all that needed one more reason to hate that band, we can add this in here. I was riding in an Isuzu Trooper. The car I was in was an Isuzu Trooper. And this Isuzu Trooper also had a lift kit. We were showing up to debate tournaments in an Isuzu Trooper with a lift kit. We did not look like debaters. We looked like pharmaceutical entrepreneurs, is what we looked like. And I was sitting in the middle of the back seat of the car, not wearing a seatbelt. And I don't know if you guys know, but the middle of the back seat is often referred to as riding bitch, right? And I don't know why they call it that when it was the two guys sitting beside me who died. I'm just kidding, everyone survived, but wow. Wow, that is so fun to do to y'all. It's a real power imbalance right there. I'm very sorry. Everyone survived, it's all good. I was sitting in the middle of the backseat of the car, not wearing a seatbelt, and literally, like right before we crashed, I heard a voice in the back of my head say, "You should put on your seatbelt." And in that moment, I denied the voice of God, because I'm a bad boy. I said, "I'm good, God, I'll be all right." So we're driving, and we're going like 80 miles an hour on the highway, and a car hit our back bumper, and it just sent us flipping down the highway. I'm not wearing a seatbelt, I'm getting tossed around, and in that moment, you know, what might have only been about 15 seconds felt like a full minute. Time stood still. I had time to think about my life and what I had accomplished and what I hadn't. But all I kept going back to in that moment was thinking about my mom, having to clean out my drawers, and finding all the weed and Xanax and scales and wads of cash and handwritten 5-star customer reviews because I was good at my job. Car ended up flipping down the highway 6 times. I was getting tossed around. I ended up laying on the inside roof of the car with my hand outside, pinned between the roof of the car and the asphalt. And I'm kind of stuck, I'm pinned, and everyone starts to crawl out, and one guy got out and just yelled, "Car's gonna blow!" It wasn't. Everything was fine. I get why he was so worked up. I've always wanted to yell that. I don't blame him. But everything was fine. But I wasn't gonna wait. I was not gonna wait. So in that moment, because I'm a bad boy, just pulled my hand out from underneath the car. Yeah. Now, the medical term for what happened to my hand is degloved. Do not Google it. Do not Google it. Do not Google it. But I had to go to the hospital. They immediately put me in an ambulance, and on my way to the hospital, I'm just thinking like, oh my God, I almost died, and I didn't. So I'm thinking like, the things I'm gonna change now that I survived and I have a second chance. And the one thing that in that moment I decided that I was gonna change was the fact that I was a virgin. That was my 17-year-old epiphany in that moment. I was like, listen, this hand's gonna be out of commission for a while. I'm gonna find something after this. I got to the hospital, and the doctor saw my hand, and he was mortified. I was 17, I was a minor, so he actually had to call my mom to get permission to amputate my hand, because that's what he thought he was gonna have to do. Because it was so serious, they, right off the bat, just gave me a catheter. Didn't even tell me what they were doing. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with the catheter. Don't Google it. If you're not familiar, that's where they take a tube and they stick it in your... Basically, I lost my virginity that day, at least to me. I mean, I went from degloved to deflowered very quickly. I mean, I was trying to put my penis in things, but if they're gonna put things in my penis, I'm like, this counts, okay? I need all the wins I can get today. I mean, all my friends want to talk about when they lost their virginity. I've got a story about a 43-year-old nurse named Juanita, okay? I'll tell you that story off the record any day you want. Any day. Yeah, this crash happened on Halloween Day, 2008. Yeah, and I'm grateful to be alive, but even more than that, I'm grateful I wasn't wearing my intended Halloween costume when this whole thing went down. Nothing like going through the most traumatic experience of your life on the side of the highway, dressed like The Undertaker from WWE. And it was the dead man costume, not the American Badass, so would have looked silly. Halloween Day, 2008. I watched Barack Obama get elected president from a hospital bed. And it was a truly, truly historic moment. Me and my family, we were so excited. We were looking at each other. We're like, so all these healthcare bills we're racking up? It's on the house? Thanks, Obama. Let's get some more morphine in here. My family paid for every drop, just so you guys know. Every drop. But no, they did a pretty good job fixing up my hand. They did. I got re-gloved. You can Google that. Google the re-glove. That's what my hand looks like now. This is what my middle finger looks like, though. A little crooked. Probably could spend a little more time on that. You know? I mean, this does not say, fuck you. This says, fuck me. That's what that says right there. That is what that says. Thank you, thank you. I'm so glad we're all here tonight. I am. Glad we're drinking. Are we drinking tonight? Yes. I love drinking. I love drinking in places like this. But my favorite place to drink? A parking lot, right? For a tailgate sporting event? Hell, I don't even want a ticket to the event. Don't pressure me with an out time. My perfect tailgate is a couple games of Pong, some beers, everyone goes to the event. I nap in a lounge chair. Everyone gets back. We crush a couple beers while traffic dies down. Perfect day, okay? Perfect day. I'm a big Braves fan. I go back to Atlanta for Braves games a lot. And yeah, last season we were tailgating. We were having a blast. And I had to use the bathroom. And you guys know the only places you use the bathroom when you're tailgating, porta potties. That's no good. So we're having fun. I got to use the bathroom. I'm in line. It's my turn. I'm using the porta potty. I think this is the perfect time to check my cell phone, my text messages. Spoiler alert, between the hot dogs, hamburgers, meat sweats, Butterfingers. It's like I threw my phone in the porta potty with how quickly it ended up in there. It slowly began to disappear like Jack in the Titanic. Time stood still. Celine Dion was playing. I'm like, I'll never let go. We've all been there. Like, how bad do I truly want this item back? Whether it's your phone in the toilet, your child in the lion cage at the zoo, your wedding ring down the shower drain, you're like, this is over anyways. How bad do I want this item back? I wanted my phone. I'd had a good day at the tailgate. I got a lot of numbers. Hell, I even got some dudes' numbers. Like I was networking, trying to get a real job. I needed my phone, so I was drunk. I wasn't thinking right, so I lifted my sleeve up. I said, you know what, let's use the bad hand. Stuck my hand in, felt around, pulled out a completely different cell phone than the one that I dropped in. So I used it to call my cell phone, and I found it. I did. I walked out of that porta potty with 2 cell phones, blue up to both arms. Went back to the tailgate. Couple games of Pong, took a nap, crushed a couple beers while traffic died down. It was actually a pretty good day. It was actually a pretty good day. It's pretty perfect, actually. No, I do like drinking, though. I do. We got to be careful, though. You got to be careful. You know, anyone in here ever gotten a DUI? Okay, all right. I like that. Why not tonight? No, I'm joking. We're going to cut that out. I think the breathalyzer is such an outdated form of technology. Like, I think we all consume alcohol differently, like, depending on how much we weigh, our tolerance level, like, what we ate that day. You know, you know how you suck at bowling? But you have a couple beers and you're like, where'd that 200 come from? Like, I think driving can be the same thing. I think we need a more hands-on activity to determine whether you're too drunk to drive, which is why I think, instead of a cop breathalyzing you if they suspect you have a DUI, they make you get to round 3 on the bop it. Let's do it. Let's bring every bop it in existence out of retirement. Let's pop in some batteries and make this DUI checkpoint a little more fun. Imagine the cop's like, sir, step out of the vehicle. Plant your feet. Ready? Boom, 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 boom. Bop it. Twist it. Woo! Oh, I pulled. Oh, no. Am I going to jail? Are we doing a 2 out of 3? Like, what's... Guys, I'm not saying that I've ever gotten a DUI, but what I will say is that I do have a license, twice removed, so... Just take it from me, right? Like, I know what I'm talking about. That's the kind of stuff you can get away with when you don't have kids, you know? Round of applause if you have kids in here. Make some noise. Awesome. Were y'all ready for the kids when you had them, or did they just pop up?
I mean, he's only a month old. We're working on it.
Oh, okay. Did you almost die a month ago? Thank you for being here. Thank you. Wow. I just feel like it's not up to you when you have kids. Like, you just got to be ready, you know? Like the other night, me and my girlfriend were hanging out on the couch, and we were doing what she wanted to do, which was watch me play Madden. That's what she wanted. So she went to the bathroom, and she came back, and she was like kind of freaking out. She was like shaking. She was really nervous, and she was holding a pregnancy test. And she showed it to me, and it just said on, O-N. She was like, babe, it's on. I was like, what? What's on? She's like, it's on. I was so confused. I was like, is this how they're communicating to women that they're pregnant now? They're just like, it's on, you're having a baby. Like, is this the Duke Nukem pregnancy test? Like, why are they talking to us like this? I was so confused. I was like, I don't know that I'm ready. Like, I still got stuff I want to do. Like, I'm out here trying to do comedy every night. I want to travel. I don't want to have to be home at any certain time. But then I was like, you know what? I need to shed that way of life. It's time to grow up. You know what? Maybe I am ready. Like, maybe I am ready for PTA. I'm ready. I'm not going to be the president, but I'll be the treasurer, okay? I know my strengths. We'll have a balanced checkbook, new MacBooks every year. It's going to be great. Every year. Like, maybe I am ready for Little League. Like, I'm ready. I'll be the coach. I have to. It's the only way my kid plays. He's going to suck at sports. He's Jewish. Nepotism is real. My kid's going to pitch, okay? I was like, I am ready. I got so excited. I was like, babe, we're doing this. Like, it's on. It's on. We're having a baby. We hugged, we kissed, we embraced. Like, everything in that moment changed. And then she took the pregnancy test. And she flipped it over. And it said no. To be honest with you, I was kind of upset. Like, I was upset. Like, I was gearing up to have a child. I had changed everything in that moment. I put my PlayStation on Facebook Marketplace to raise capital. I was taking my responsibility seriously. That I actually got kind of mad and upset. And my girlfriend saw that, and she came up and she comforted me. She was like, Evan, like, it's all good. We don't need a kid right now. We just adopted a highway. So we got to go pick up some trash. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I am so grateful that y'all were here. Thank you so much, Nashville. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Have a great night. Thank you.